Hi guys. We're live. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kind of a little bit nervous. I got this. I got this. Hey, do me a favor when you jump on. Introduce yourself. Say, hey, I'm here. Let's see. All right. Yeah, we're live. Let's do this thing. Getting all set up. Getting all my peeps on. Okay, I see you're on, so do me a favor and tell me you're on. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what you're doing. Just give me a comment so I know you're on. It's kind of hot in here. I'm gonna get really red-faced because I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a lot of it excited, and I'm gonna turn down the music in a minute, but I want to get us pumped up. So do me a favor. Say hello, I'm here. Hey, Stephanie. Thanks for jumping on. Good to see you, babe. Who else is on? I know I got a couple people on. Nancy, woohoo! Thanks for coming. Good to see you, dear. You're gonna get a lot out of this. Hello, Dawn. So nice to see you from sunny Florida. Cool, cool. We're just gonna wait just another minute or two. A bunch of people are gonna jump on, and we're gonna get this party started. All right. If you guys want to invite anybody, if you want to share this on your wall, not required, but I welcome you to do that as well. More fun with friends. Still a small group. We're going to get more people on. I know this is kind of a crazy time for some people. I'll turn this down a little bit. A little bit of background. I'll actually just turn that down. I'll just tell you guys a quick story before we really get into the meat of this. So for the last, I don't know, 8 or 10 months maybe, I've been running what I call an opportunity happy hour. And it's been on Monday nights at 8 o'clock Central. And I've been running it with what I call my success partner. So another gal who is in this business, who's not on my team, but we push each other, we help each other, we collaborate together. And her and I run this group once a month. On usually the last Monday of the month at 8 o'clock. And I will tell you, there's a lot of people who are busy on Monday night. And so as I was talking to people, I realized that, because a lot of you are messaging and whatnot back and forth, but I realized that I'm saying the same thing over and over again, right? I'm getting the same questions and I'm giving the same answers. And because Monday didn't work for a lot of people and I was getting the same questions, I figured I was going to go ahead and do this on a different night and do it in a different format and just go at you guys live and share with you a little bit about my story, really how I got into this, how I help people, whether it's fitness related, whether it's mentally in a positive way, or whether it's financially related. And just, I'm just sit here and I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of information about that, and I'm going to open up to Q&A and answer all your questions. So, how do I watch? So, Mandy, can you see me now? I think you just go to the event page and go to the discussion tab, and you should be able to jump on and see me live. Maybe I need to put that in the comments. Bear with me, guys. I want to make sure Mandy gets on because she has been burning rubber with us for quite some time, and I want to make sure she jumps on and gets all this information. So bear with me 1 second. Let me tag her. Okay. All right, let's hope. Mandy, give me a thumbs up or a yes or a something to let me know that you're on and that you are listening to me now live. Hopefully she knows what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I come from a very long business background. And I come from a long business background, and I like to get things started on time because 8 o'clock, we got Game of Thrones, and I'm going to go watch it with my husband. As a matter of fact, Sunday nights are usually very much family time. My husband was sweet enough to know that this was important for me to share with you guys a little bit about what I do, how I do it, and how I help people. And, you guys are really in the right place. You guys are here at the right time. I can't see where you play a video. Go to the discussion tab. Go to the discussion tab. Mandy. Sorry, never done the live thing before. All right, let's hope she jumps on. And if she could, I'm going to have to stop reading comments here in a minute. But if she continues to have a problem, maybe Stephanie, maybe you can ping her or Dawn or something and kind of let her know what she needs to do to get on. But worst case scenario, this is going to be recorded. Somebody can come back on later and they can get the information. So I wanted to tell you guys, first of all, I'm going to do a contest. The contest is if you introduce yourself, which a lot of you already have, you made a comment, then you're going to get a point. And if you ask a question in sometime during this time together, you're going to get another point. Now, you don't get a point for every question, all right? But I want you guys to make sure that you get all your questions answered. So at the end, I'm going to tally up, and I'm not going to do it while we're live, but maybe tomorrow morning, I'm going to look at all of the people who introduced themselves. I'm going to look at all the people who made comments, had posed a question, and then I'm going to add up the points, and then I'm going to do a drawing. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to give away, but I have like this really cool water bottle that I have. I have this, and you can pick. I have this workout DVD set, Country Heat, that's super fun. I've got a lot of cool clothing lines, so I've got a lot of cool stuff to give away. And if you introduce yourself and do at least one question, you'll get a point for each of those, and then I'll do a drawing. Okay, I'm going to get right into it because I have to stop reading these comments and just get on with it, and then I'll scroll back through and read the comments and answer your questions as I go along. So, how did it all start? This is where I want you guys to know that no matter where you're at in your life now, no matter what has happened to you, no matter what you're experiencing, something similar has probably happened to me. So a lot of people say, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have energy, I don't have all these different things. Guess what, girlfriend? I've been there, right? I've done all the things that you might be doing to be stuck, right? And I finally figured it out. And so I want to share with you how I was living a life just going through the motions, right? And I was just really paying bills until I died. And I'm going to talk a lot about how I can help you as a customer. Like, you don't have to come into this as a coach and be a life coach and do this as a business. But I will tell you that even just hearing my story and how I help people, you're going to get a lot out of it, whether or not you go on to help other people or not. But the accountability of this business is so amazing, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. But you know, I was kind of going through the motions, you know, and I'm what I call an accidental entrepreneur. I was not looking for this business. As a matter of fact, I said no to my coach, I don't know how many times. But when I helped a couple of people, suddenly it became real to me. And I realized that this is where I needed to be in my life. And I still, at the time when I was doing it, didn't think I was ever going to do it as my job, right? It just happened, and I'm going to share with you some of those details. But now I'm living what I call a life of yes, okay? Because I was stuck in a situation where I had a very demanding job, and I was on the road a lot, and I was very unhealthy, and I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do stuck in a job, stuck in a life that I used to live. And it's not that I was unhappy, I just wasn't where I needed to be. And so now I'm living a life of yes, right? Family is the most important thing to me. And so now, I mean, my husband was getting 6 weeks of vacation. I got 2. So he wanted to go places, and I couldn't take time off. You know, I couldn't take time off to spend with my husband because of my job. And it's not that I hated my job. I just couldn't do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. I was very successful, but something needed to change. And I happened into this. So let me back up a little bit and tell you guys kind of how I got big and how I got not so big and how I found a balance, all right? So I was an athlete growing up, and if you jumped on, make sure you tell me that you're on so I know that you're on. I see there's more people on too, so just say, hey, I'm here, or something like that. Just, you know, tell me that you're here, tell me where you're from, or something like that. But when I was growing up, I was an athlete, and so I was super skinny because I was always on the go, right? And then in my 20s and my single years, I went to the gym 2 hours a day. That's what I did, right? So every night after work, I did an hour of weightlifting, I did an hour of cardio, and I could eat and drink whatever I wanted. Now, is that realistic, especially when you're married and you have a family and responsibilities and lots of hours in a job? No. So I am no more working 1 hour, or working out 2 hours, right? What I'm doing now is finding a balance, all right? So when I met my husband and we got married, I stopped working out. And I actually probably even ate more, all right? Because he wined and dined me. It happens to a lot of people, right? It happens through pregnancy for a lot of people. It just happens through change of lifestyle. I certainly started working a lot more. And over the years, I gained weight. I actually gained a lot of weight. As a matter of fact, in 2009, about 7 years into my marriage, I weighed 210 pounds. And on my frame, that's a lot of weight, right? So one day I kicked myself in the butt, right? And this is before I found this business or whatever. Some of this is I was, working on it, trying, getting healthy on my own. But I quit smoking after 19 years, which was kind of a big deal. Like, I have an addictive personality. When I do something, I do it hard, right? And I smoked hard for 19 years. Like, talk about unhealthy, right? And 2009, I quit smoking. And then I realized that instead of gaining more weight, maybe I could do something about it. And I went on that next year to lose almost 50 pounds. Not saying I did it the right way, okay? I cut calories drastically. I exercised excessively. I did pretty much every single diet out there, right? The crash diets, the fad diets, all of those. It was just everything that I could get my hands on, I would try, right? I did Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers works, but I was hungry, right? I counted points for years. I counted calories for years, but that's tedious. It just made me crazy. I was fit, right? Like, I was the size I wanted to be. Doesn't mean I was healthy, but I was finally to a point where I liked what my body looked like. I didn't like who I was as a person. I didn't change because the weight came off, but I had gotten down to a healthy weight. And I did a lot of crazy things. I mean, I spent a ton of money, right? I had a personal trainer for a while. I ran and I bought all the gadgets for running. I did CrossFit for over a year. I mean, I did it all, right? And I don't know why, but one day I saw an infomercial and I bought this program online and I put the DVD in and I had a schedule. And for me, a schedule is a really good thing. And it said on day 1, you do this workout. On day 2, you do this workout. On day 3, you do this workout. And I followed that schedule from day 1 to day 90. And I had lost the weight. Thanks for the love, you guys. I had already lost the weight, but this really trimmed me up. And by this time I was 40 years old. So, I mean, things are starting to sag in all the right places. And this kept, everything together. I was like, damn, this is good. And of course I went and did something else, extreme starvation, crazy stuff, I wanted to show you guys my Melba toast. I was on have you heard of the HCG diet? 500 calories a day. And you get to eat 2 little pieces of Melba toast and then a little bit of protein and then some fruit and some veggies and that's it. I mean, don't ever do that stuff. And if you're doing that, don't. And if you did it, that's okay, because I did it too. I did it twice and it's terrible. Okay. So like I said, I was finally in the body that I wanted, but I didn't change, right? And I didn't change my nutrition, and I didn't change on the inside. It was not any different. I was just thinner, right? And then one of my husband's boss's wives contacted me, I think on Facebook, and she's like, Melissa, I don't know what you're doing, but man, you look good. And we have these challenge groups and you should get on board with it. And I was like, what's that? And I'm going to talk about challenge groups here in a minute, especially for those of you who are looking at this from a customer standpoint. And she says, well, we all work out at home with a DVD. I'm like, yeah, I'm already doing that. And she's like, and we drink a shake. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. And she's like, and then we all check in together in a private Facebook group. And I was like, okay, I'm in. And she's like, well, it's $200. I was like, what? All right, fine, I'll try. She's like, you can get your money back if it doesn't work. Okay, fine. That was March of 2012. To this day, I do a workout 5 or 6 days a week from my house, 30, 45 minutes. To this day, I drink that shake every single day. Best thing that ever happened to me. To this day, I check into the private accountability group. You know why? Because it works, right? And so for me, somebody who was doing the extremes, right? Like, so if I'm working crazy busy hours and I don't have time, then I wasn't doing anything. Or if I was really focused on my goal, I was doing too much. And for the last 3.5, 4 years, I've now found balance, right? I've now found the ability to eat right, to work out, and to be surrounded by other people who have similar goals. And a little bit, I want to give you guys a little bit more detail about that because, yes, that's the nuts and bolts of it, but I still wasn't convinced, right? In the beginning, I still wasn't convinced. So I told you she wanted me to do a workout at home. She set me, she found out what my goals were. I found a new program. I started doing it. I friggin' loved it, right? The shake, I wasn't into the shake, right? Guess what? Every time I drank the shake, it made me feel better, right? Even though it was a little bit expensive at the time. So I'm in the groups for about 6 months, but I was rocking those groups, man. I was rocking those groups. And I found out I needed shoulder surgery. I had an injury from previous to all of these workouts, and I needed shoulder surgery. And I had used exercise as a way to, combat, if I wanted to eat and drink extra, then, I would work out more. And I suddenly couldn't do that. And my coach said to me, and I know there's a couple more people popping on, so you guys make sure you tell me that you're here, right? Make sure you say, I'm here, I jumped on, and I'm from wherever, just let me know you're here. Okay, so the thing was, I suddenly couldn't use exercise as a way to control my weight. And that's when my coach was like, so how often are you drinking your shake? How often are you sticking to your meal plan? And that was the day, so I got my surgery, that was the day I couldn't cook for myself, but I could make shake, right? And then my husband could make me lunch and dinner. Then I started drinking the shake every day. And that's when my coach is like, well, you might as well sign up for the discount because it's 25% discount, even if you never, help a single person. I was like, okay. She was smart, She had asked me like 24 times before that. I was like, no thanks. But now she, hey, Jessica, thanks for jumping on. Good to see you, girl. I didn't see everybody else that jumped on, but I'm so glad you guys are here. So I started drinking the shake every day. And it really did so much for me because it improved my digestion. It reduced my cravings. It filled me up. It was something that was super quick. And even when I went back to work, I could just whip it up, take it to work, like super easy, awesome, great. And so when people are like, drink it, just try it. It's 30 days, money back guarantee, you could try it. All right. So my coach was like, Melissa, you're like a walking billboard. Like, I was posting this stuff on the internet. I was so in love with that. I don't know if you guys saw, I went to this restaurant last night. I loved it. I posted about it. I don't get paid for that, right? She's like, why are you posting about this? You're not getting paid for it. So this was like 6 months later. So now this is February of 2014 and 21 Day Fix came out. And I was actually laid up in bed again with a back injury. Actually, with sciatic problems. And 21 Day Fix came out. And it's a pretty popular program. It's been around for a couple years now. I did it. I did it without the exercise because I couldn't even move. I mean, I was walking like 400 steps a day according to my Fitbit. But I did the food plan. I lost 9 pounds in 21 days just by changing my eating habits. And I didn't even have that much weight to lose. And that was with zero exercise. This stuff works, you guys. And at the same time I did the 21 Day Fix, my coach was like, Melissa, enough already. Why don't you just figure out how to help some people get in this free training? It's online. You do it your own schedule and just see what happens. And I was like, fine. Because I didn't need the money. I didn't want to sell anything to my friends. I didn't want to start a business. I just loved how I felt. I just loved the workouts at home. I just fell in love with the shake, and I love the accountability of the groups. I love the fact that that calendar told me exactly what to do. And all my friends were there online to give me kudos every single day or drag me up when I was down. And I did. I put myself out there, and I said, this is what I did. This is how it worked for me. And that month, I made a couple $100. I helped 5 or 6 people. One of those people was my sister. One of my very first customers was one of my sisters. And she came to me and she said, Melissa, I don't know what you're doing, but I need a part of that. She's like, you're posting, you're looking fabulous. What is going on? I said, oh, it's this program. And the 21-day fix wasn't right for her, in my opinion. And we talked about it. We talked about our goals. So we put her on a 60-day program. And she got amazing results. You know what? She has 6 kids. She can't get to the gym. So guess what? She worked out at home. For 60 days straight, she worked out at home. Strength shake. She had amazing results. And she said, that's awesome. What do I do next? I said, well, now you go and coach and pay it forward because, damn girl, you're just a walking billboard. And that was a couple years ago. She went on to get into the best shape of her life in her early 40s. She is a much better, she's an awesome mom, but she's a more active mom. She takes her kids everywhere. She loves wearing her bikini at the beach, and she's taking them hiking everywhere. She's full of energy. She has colitis, so Shakeology actually helps her, helps her maintain her insides and whatever. I don't know all the details of it, but she doesn't have to take any medication. She controls it all through diet, and Shakeology is a great component of that. Then she went on to go back to school, got her group fitness instructor certification, teaches group fitness classes, and now she's also a personal trainer. And I'm not saying that I'm responsible for that, but that's one example of the hundreds of women and men that I get exposed to, that I get to help every day, that their lives can become better if they take action. If they step aside from the excuses that are, I don't have time, I don't have energy, it's not a priority, all the things that people tell me every day, and they just do it, right? It's so simple to follow, and I can help them get results. And I think of, and I'm not going to use anybody else's names because I haven't asked their permission, but I think of this gal T, right? And she came to me and she had another coach before. And she's like, it just didn't work out. Like we didn't click, or she stopped coaching. I don't remember the whole details. And I said, what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? And we talked about it for a long time, like half an hour on the phone. I love to talk to people on the phone. And she said, these are my goals. And I'm not saying everything is fast weight loss, because you got to do the work, right? But in the beginning, you can drop some pounds pretty quickly, if that's your goal. Is she lost 7 pounds in 10 days, right before she went on vacation. And I was like, that's awesome. Then she came back from vacation. We put a plan B together, and now we're working on those other pounds that she needs to get rid of. But it's also not about pounds, you guys, all right? Because there's lots of people like me. I was super fit, right? I wasn't healthy, but I was super fit when I came into Beachbody, right? And so it's not just about weight loss, but it really is about the mental change in your mind when you actually do something good for yourself, when you make time for yourself. So like my sister, she's a better mom. Like I said, she was a great mom, but she's a better mom now because she has more energy. Jen, you're gonna have to catch the recording. I'm so sorry, babe. I'm not sure how to get it so that you can see it, but we'll definitely make sure that you get the information. So I want to tell you guys a little bit more about how I kind of turn this into a business, and then I'm gonna maybe open up for questions, dispel some myths, that kind of stuff. And if you guys are just jumping on, I know some more people have jumped on, and you haven't said hi, make sure you say hi. Just post in the comments, hey, I'm here. Checking in from wherever you're checking in for. And if you didn't hear, I'm holding a contest. So if you check in, you get a point. And if you ask a question throughout the evening, then I will give you a point, and then I'll do a drawing for a fun prize. Okay, so now I'm helping people, right? And I made like a couple $100 my first month that I was actually helping people. I was like, oh my gosh. And you know what? That was really, hey girl, oh, thanks for I know you're on your work break, so thanks for jumping on. I really appreciate it. Good to see you. I know you're at the hospital. Okay. So how did this actually turn into a business? Well, this is what my coach told me. She said, you work out, you drink a shake, you read a book, you invite people. I'm like, that's it? What other business do you know that you get to take care of you as the main source of your business? Now, I have a lot of other friends in business for themselves, home-based businesses. And I'm sorry, but lipstick is not going to change my life, right? But the mental shift that happens with the physical shift and the way we show you how to change your brain along with your body just will blow. Like, you don't know until you're in here, right? And I've got some of the gals who are on my team today, and they just jumped on for support and you know, rah-rah, and hear my story for the 74th time. And you guys, we become family, you know? So that's what she told me. She said, every day, just drink a shake, do a workout, read a book, and invite people. And so that's what I did. Now, fast forward about 6 months now, I'm working a really hard job. I mean, they're all hard, right? Like, who doesn't have a hard job, right? And every month I would just kill it at work. I was in sales. Thanks for your love, you guys. I know, I love you too. And then it would be the first of the month, and then they'd be like, great, I know you were 140% last month, but what are you gonna do for me this month? Like, there was no gratitude. And there was like almost no vacation. Hello. Yes, Dawn, we are a fit fam. So I started to realize that maybe there was more to life than just paying bills and dying. You know? And if for many years, like back when I was heavy, like this girl was like a TV binge watcher. Like that was my whole life. I went to work, I came home, I watched TV, I went to bed. Like that was my whole life. Who wants to live like that? Right? Like not me. Like I barely watch TV now. Like Sunday nights is like really the only time I'm watching TV. Okay, so I digress sometimes. Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. I do appreciate you being here. I think it's really important that you hear why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I'm so passionate about helping people. So anyway, I'm doing my business. I'm drinking my shake. I'm doing my workout. I'm checking in. I'm inviting people, but my business isn't really going anywhere. Not really connecting with people. I'm not really helping people. And I kept going back to my coach. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What's going on? And she says, well, you're doing this and that. What book are you reading? Oh, no, I'm not reading that book. No, I don't need that. Melissa, you need to read the books. I don't, whatever. I was driving 2 to 4 hours a day for my job. Talk about, I don't have time. Okay. And I had a company car, and for the first 3 months, it had XM radio, which is like every stinking channel out there, right? Station. And I'm too cheap to pay for it myself. So when it was over, I got to listen to B96, Q101, and like, you know, the country station. Like there was really nothing. And I like travel a lot, like out into the country. So then my radio wouldn't even work. And for some reason, one day back in October of 2014, I got a free audiobook through Audible, and I plugged it in, and I listened to that book while I was driving 2 to 4 hours a day, every day for my job. And that book was the first book of dozens, if not hundreds, of books that I have now listened to or read that have changed my life. And I was just talking to, a bunch of us were on a call the other day. I just went to, and I'm like, I pay a lot of taxes for Chicago, so I get a lot of my stuff from the library. And now I don't have to listen on audio all the time. I still do, but I get to sit and read. And every day I read books. Now I don't read like hours a day, at least 10, 15 minutes. And it's just enough to keep me focused on what's important in life, right? And suddenly I was becoming a better person on the inside, even though my body had already changed on the outside. And I started to attract more people that wanted what I was doing, wanted to be part of what we were giving, wanted to be part of our fit tribe of burn rubber babes. I look like a dork with our bandanas, right? And I did that for 25 months, just like an hour a day, right? Because I still had a full-time job. I had a lot going on with my husband and our lives and social events and all that kind of stuff. But for 25 months, I did that every single day without fail. And I did that, and I invited people to our groups, and I helped people get results. What was my first book was The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And I've read that book probably 4 times since then because it's that good, right? And March of 2016, I walked away from my job. All right. Not necessarily because I had replaced my income, but because I knew this is where I needed to be in my life. This is what I was meant to be here for. This is what I was meant to be doing, was helping other people realize that they have potential too. And I'm going to get a little bit teary-eyed, and I don't usually do this, but you guys, this business has changed my life. Just the community itself, right? And so I've done, I did, coaching, I just, every day I sat at my desk and from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. I invited people and, talked to people and whatever. And that can get I'm not suggesting you do that because it doesn't take 8 to 10 hours a day to do coaching. Most people do it in 1 to 2 hours, right? I probably do it in 4 hours, right? Because I do some contract work. I don't talk about it much because it's kind of boring, but at least I get to work my own hours, right? At least I get to do what I want to do when I want to do. So last summer of 16, I pretty much worked on my deck, right? It's not that I was afraid of working hard. It's not that I was unhappy at my job, but I couldn't take off the time that I wanted. And I couldn't do it where I wanted to do. And I was working these long, crazy hours. So I sat on my deck and I was able to do all my work on my deck. And then when my husband wanted to go away for a couple long weekends, we could do that. And I could put my work on hold a little bit. And then in December, when he wanted to take a week and a half off because he still had vacation time, we did a staycation. We stayed home and I stayed home with him. And I didn't do much work, maybe 1 to 2 hours a day, right? And then in February, when he went off to Arizona for work, I was like, why don't I just go with you? His hotel had a kitchen. Got a cheap flight out there, and I got to work from the hotel room while he was at work. And then in February, we went to, where did we go? We went to Las Vegas. This was last year, right? And then no, this was this year. And then we went to Punta Cana in May. And I would have never been able to take that time off if I wasn't working for myself, doing this business. So give me an amen, hello, hallelujah for time and freedom, right? And now I have a life of yes, right? And my husband says, do you want to go to the baseball game? Yep. He's like, it's Tuesday afternoon. That's okay, I'll make it work. Okay, all right. And do you want to go away this weekend because my friend's getting married in Michigan and we got to leave Thursday afternoon? Yep, I'm there. Let's do it. Life of yes, right? And that's what I'm living now. So I want to go over a couple of things about what we do, how we do it. I love to love you guys. And then I'm open up to questions because I really want to get off of here by 8 o'clock. No bones about it. Okay. How does it work? How do we earn? All that good stuff. What do you want to know? Let me ask you this. If you got into this, even as a customer, right? You're going to get a 25% discount on everything. All right? So what if you got the best body that you wanted, right? Whether that's to lose 10 pounds, whether that's to lose a dress size, whether that's to just feel more energy and learn more about nutrition, right? You are able to live your life on your terms. That's right, Dawn, I really am. And it's pretty amazing. I'm very grateful that I put in the time when I had the time to do it, and now I have all the time that I want, right? But lost my train of thought. Thank you. This is what happens. Squirrel. This is what happens when I read comments. But totally lost. Oh, so what happens if you get in and you get in as a challenger, you get in as a coach, and you get in the best shape of your life? You feel amazing. If you never make a dime, that's okay, right? Like, no, there's no quotas, there's no sales requirements. It's not selling, right? It's just surrounding yourself with amazing people, right? What if, you're looking at this and you're like, gosh, I could use like an extra $100 a month, $100 a week, $1,000 a month, a week. Like, all of that is possible, right? And our team is pretty damn amazing, right? We know how to burn rubber. We know how to help people with their health, with their mental health, and with their finances. And however you guys want to take it, we can help you get there. Like, I am vested in helping you get what you want out of this business. And if you want to be, a multimillionaire, it's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of work. But if you just want to make, a couple extra $100 a month, I can help you do that too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I don't know many people in today's society that have money left over at the end of the month. And you get it by helping other people. All right. So how does it work? Well, you get 25% commission for everything that people order through your website, right? So when I signed up as a coach, I got a couple websites. They were set up for me. I had to put my name on there, pick a company name, Melissa Prickett. Woo! Exciting stuff. And when somebody wants to order from me, I just send them a link and they order it right from my website. And I pay $15.95 a month, and Beachbody handles all of it for me, right? They handle shipping, distribution, customer service, ordering, all that good stuff, right? And I can sit back and I can concentrate my time on my challengers, on my coaches, on my team, helping people get success, right? So a lot of people start with a challenge pack, right? So it's a month of Shakeology and a workout program. And now we have everything streaming, so it's a month of Shakeology and a year of workouts, and there's a special going on right now. But they get into our challenge groups, and we now have a private app, so it's off of distractions of Facebook, and people are able to check in every day. And we have little contests and promos, whatever. And every program that you complete, whether it's a 3-week program, 30 days, 60 day, 90 day, I don't think there's any more than 90 days, then you submit your results and you earn a free t-shirt. All right? I got a lot of t-shirts. I think I have about 12. All right? I've been doing this for a couple years. I love these programs. I love how they work, right? And when you submit your results, you are actually entered in a contest to win real money, right? So like one time I won like $450. That's not chump change, right? Just for submitting my results. Give me a thumbs up on that. Give me an amen, hello sister, right? But the top 2, so male and female transformations every year, win $100,000. So we were just in New Orleans for our annual summit, our annual event, and one male and one female each won $100,000 for having the biggest, not the biggest transformation, but submitting their transformations and then having people hear their story and vote on them, right? Getting paid to get fit. And we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if somebody, this has happened to me twice in like 4 years, right? If somebody gets it and for some reason they don't like it or it doesn't work, and trust me, if you do it, it's going to work, right? You can send it back. Get your money back. No questions asked. I'll help you, right? I don't want it to sit in a box. I want to help you use it. I want to help you get results, right? And if you feel amazing and these things help you, you're going to want to share it. Okay, Jessica, I have to say, you need to be a coach. Mandy, you need to be a coach because you girls are already doing what we're doing. You're just not getting paid for it. And you get a 25% discount. Okay. It goes beyond that, all right? So you start, you have 25% commission on all of your retail sales. And then as you start to invite people to this business, as other coaches join our team, you get what's called Team Cycle Bonus. And that is a lot of residual income, right? Because people they get addicted to Shakeology. They're going to stay on Shakeology for life. I know I am. Like, I do not go a day without that shake. Not a day. It does everything I need to do. I still eat 3 solid meals a day, but I drink that shake once a day, every day. All right? And something going on with my screen. Sometimes I lose my train of thought. Team Cycle Bonus. So you decide to grow a team, all right? We help you mentor other people, and then you create residual ongoing income that grows exponentially as much as you want it to. Now, I should say, income disclaimer, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success. It's all based on skill, effort, diligence. But I have a vested interest in helping you, right? And somebody could come in and they could just friggin' go way above me and like kill it. And I'm going to support them all the way. I am totally down with that. All right. There's no cap. There's no saying that you couldn't do better than I do. There's everything. Jester's saying hi because you can hear him shaking. All right. Join it. Kill it. Rock on. What questions do you guys have? I'm going to open up to questions. I probably have more statements, but I'm going to open up to questions. Let me know what you guys are thinking. And I apologize to those of you who were not on or couldn't get on, and hopefully you'll watch the recording later. And remember, if you ask a question, you get your name in a hat. So if you've introduced yourself, you get a point. So if you haven't introduced yourself, make sure you do. And if you ask a question, that you get a, excuse me, did I just burp? Yep. Excuse me. Human. Did I mention that I like to work out at home in my sweats? I take as long as I possibly can to like days in between showering. Like I shower, but washing my hair, and I don't like to wear a bra. Guess what? I wore a bra for you guys. Ask about trips. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll tell you guys about trips. Let's see. My first trip, I was somebody else's guest. Went to Cancun. all expenses paid. Now I had to get myself there, but once I was there, hotel, everything. How many hours a day, week? Okay, I'll answer that one second. Thank you, Nancy. Great question. So let's see. I've gone to Cancun. I've gone on a cruise to the Bahamas and somewhere else. I don't even remember. And I went to Punta Cana. So the last 2 trips were with my husband. And that's usually like in the springtime. All right. And then this coming year in 2018, we're going to go to Riviera Maya, which is just south of Cancun. And then we're actually going to extend that, and we're going to go to Cozumel and go diving for another 5 days. Because I got the time, right? So I'm taking off like 10 days to do that. And then every year we have our annual event where we get together, and I know the girls on this team are all excited because I got to meet Dawn there. Hopefully I'll meet Stephanie next year. We're all going to Indianapolis in June, and that's our annual trip. It happens over about four days, and we get to hear from speakers, top coaches, learn a lot about this business. All right, so the trips are amazing. We even have quarterly events. So every quarter there should be an event, depending on how rural you are, within an hour or a couple hours from you. And we want to get to those events because then you get to be surrounded and work out with other coaches, and it's super sweaty, awesome. All right, Nancy, you had asked how many hours a day and how many days a week do you use for your business? That is completely up to you. All right, but I will tell you what I did. Remember I told you that I was just like, doing it for the discount and doing my own workout and whatever. And then that month where I was like, I helped people. I actually was on the 21-day fix and I helped people. I said to my coach said to me, an hour a day. I said, an hour a day? That seems like a lot. And she says an hour a day. Now, it doesn't mean it has to be a specific hour. It could be like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 30 minutes on your lunch hour, 15 minutes before you go to bed. I said, you know what? I'm going to do 3 hours on Sunday and 4 hours on Tuesday and none of the other times. And that's what I did for about a month. Okay, that's like working out for 3 hours on Sunday and then working out for 4 hours on Tuesday and then not working out. Like, that's kind of silly. So you do kind of want to spread it out. I will say for me, most people, what we teach is a power hour, right? Everything you need to do in this business, you can get done in an hour a day. If you don't have that much time, that's okay. Nobody is telling you have to spend that time, right? But for those people who have more than that, if they have 2 hours or 3 hours, they're just going to accelerate their results if that's what they want, all right? And there's some weeks where I don't do that, and there's some weeks I do a lot more. It just really depends. Does that answer your question, Nancy? And then if it doesn't, I will get back to that. Jessica wants to know, are there online trainings and when do you join? I'm so glad you asked. So Jessica, we actually have, yes, there's online trainings. There's so much online training you could take. And we host a 5-day, because we know it can be overwhelming, we host a 5-day online training camp, if you will, and it starts on Tuesday. All right, so everybody that joins us in the month of July is invited to be in our August new coach camp, right? And in those 5 days, there's about 30 minutes of work each day. And if you get it done on that day, great. There's no specific time. We just post it, and then you get to jump on and read the information and watch the video and act on it, all right? After those 5 days, you should have a really good, solid understanding of how to invite to the groups, how to share your story, a little bit about social media, all the basics, right? And then you can decide if you want some more training. It's unlimited and it's free and it's all on your own time. But to answer your specific question, our next training is a 5-day new coach camp, and it starts on Tuesday, August 1st. If I didn't answer any part of your question, please post another question. You're going to get a point for that one, and we can certainly answer it. So Stephanie says, Tony Horton is coming to Phoenix in September for Super Saturday. He was busy for that Saturday. Well, isn't that pretty exciting? Tony Horton is the bomb. Yeah, he would totally be my husband if we weren't both married. Hello. Yeah. I mean, working out with the celebrity trainers and getting your picture with them and hobnobbing, and oh my gosh, if you guys checked out my Facebook page today, I posted a picture of me and Joel Freeman from Core de Force, and that was last year. I didn't see him. I mean, I saw him, but I didn't get a snuggle up picture with him. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. They're celebrity trainers for a reason. Nancy, I'm glad that answered your question. Great. I have a gal who was on our team, and she actually has a solid hour at lunch, and she has little kids at home, and so she works her power hour on her lunch hour at work. And I have lots of people who do it, either earlier in the morning or late after their kids go to bed. The nice thing is you can do it whenever. Nobody's holding your feet to the fire. So who else has questions for me? We might be able to get out of here and, get on to Game of Thrones. A lot of people ask me, shouldn't I already be fit, right? I should have my transformation first and then become a coach. Nope. You know why? Because people don't really relate to six-pack abs. Did you notice I don't have six-pack abs, right? I'm always on my journey. I'm always trying to improve myself, right? And if you have, let's say, some baby weight to lose, right? People want to lose the baby weight with you, not because you did it last year, right? One of my best friends in this whole coaching business has built, she just retired, all right? She was a teacher and she has two littles at home. And she first signed up right after her daughter was born, and she lost the baby weight, and she got tons of people to join her because lots of people have baby weight to lose, right? And then she had her son, and she had a healthy pregnancy. She didn't, she gained an appropriate amount of weight for the pregnancy, and then she lost it again, and now her son is 7 months old, and she has an amazing business, and she quit her teaching job. So at the end of this school year, she said she won't be back, and now she's full-time, so she gets to stay home with her babies, which is dream come true for her, right? So you don't have to be super fit. But I will tell you, there's lots of people who are super fit who are great for this business as well. I have people who are nutritionists. I have doctors. I have nurses. I have people who are already super fit, but they could use a little bit of help in certain departments, Miranda wanted to know, is that you were just able to start watching. Did I miss discussion on travel? You did, Miranda. You can come back and you can watch. You can watch this later. I know I think your husband has something fun going on with you this weekend. But after this video is done, then I'm going to hit finish and it's going to stay recorded, and then you can go back and you can listen to it. And I would say it's probably at about the 35-minute mark is where I talk about travel. But I did talk about it earlier too, because I talked about all the places that I get to go with my husband beyond just, the Beachbody trips. So you don't have to wait until you have a transformation before you become a coach. I recommend you start sooner rather than later. And if you're already super fit, then, we have tons of people who are in the fitness industry who are rock star coaches on this team, right? And so that's one of the things is, people tell me. A lot of people tell me they don't have time. I think I covered that. I have a lot of people who tell me that they don't have the money. They don't have, $160, $200 to get started. Well, I have to say, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever you are, if you don't have that kind of money or can't figure out a way to get it, you have a bigger problem, all right? I have a coach on my team who's rocking it, and she had the money, but she refused to spend another $100 and some on something that was just going to sit in the box. And so she went and she sold stuff in her house that she didn't need anymore. She's like, I'm not using that. I'm not using that. She sold a bunch of stuff on Craigslist, earned the money, and then bought her starter kit and got started with us. And now, she's 2 years in and she's rocking it and she's loving it. And she's so glad she did it, right? And she'll never look back. And so you can, people can give all the excuses in the world. When I started, that month where I did the 21-day fix, the month after that, I lost my job, and my husband had been unemployed for almost a year at that point. I had no other choice, right? Like, they were going to turn off my Shakeology. Like, I wasn't going to be able to pay it. I was on food stamps. Okay? Like, I still live in this house, but I had to go get food stamps. I couldn't pay my mortgage, right? When your husband doesn't work and you don't work, you don't have any money, you got to figure it out, right? And I was like, at least I can make enough money to pay for my Shakeology, because, oh my God, if that stops coming in, I don't know what I would do. So I figured it out and made it work. And that's why I tell people too, like, you help 3 or 4 people, that's gonna get your investment paid back. So if there's a will, there's a way. Any other questions? I really can let you guys go. I'm gonna tell you this, and there is no pressure. Like, nobody is gonna tell you that you need to do this business. That's gonna be up to you. And I'm gonna jump offline for at least an hour. However, I got burn rubber bandanas, all right? And the reason why I call burn rubber is because one of the awesome coaches on my team, Heidi, came up with this. And we wear these like a warrior, and we make our fat cry. And every coach who joins our team gets a bandana. And you see me wear this in my workouts all the time. I wear it every time I work out, unless I leave it at home, like when I go on vacation or whatever. But then these are my last 2 ones. I got to go get some more, all right? But the next 2 people who sign up as a coach on our team will get these bandanas, right? And then everybody else will just have to wait another week or so, all right? Just because it's going to be a while before I get to the store. I don't have a car, right? I got to make it work, right? But the next 2 coaches who private message me after this and say, I'm done with my excuses. I want whatever you're drinking. Help me change. Help me improve. Help me be a better version of me. And maybe I don't want to use this as a financial incentive, but maybe I just want it for my own accountability. Then the next 2 people who join will get one of these 2 burn rubber bandanas. Maybe, you know, my sweat was on this one. My hair looks pretty good like this. What do you guys think? I'm not into myself at all. I told you my face would get red. It's warm in here. Guys, I can't tell you how much this has changed me, right? And for the longest time, I just really did it just for the accountability. But when you find something like this that works so well, that allows you to live a life in balance where you were struggling so long with too much exercise or depleting yourself from energy sources, then when you find something like this, you got to go for it. You got to embrace it, and you got to use it. And I would tell you that a lot of the people that come to me are people who've had experience with Beachbody products before, but their coach or their environment or the team was just not the right fit. And as long as they don't click with that other coach, I mean, I want to make sure that I don't take people away from a coach that's working with them. But if they're like that person, they don't coach anymore, or they don't run groups anymore, or they just don't respond to me anymore, or any of those things, and you want to work with me, I would love to work with you, right? Because you already know some of the benefits, and I'm not going anywhere. This is my livelihood. This is what I was born to do. I accidentally ran into this, but it keeps me accountable and allows me to live this life of yes. And I'm super excited that you guys were able to jump on tonight. All right. I'm going to leave it just 1 or 2 more minutes. And like I said, if you introduced yourself, you're going to get a point. And if you asked a question, you're going to get a point. And tomorrow morning, I'll go back through the thread and I will add up the points and I will do a drawing and I will announce the winner of one cool prize, and I'll announce it here on this page. So you guys check back tomorrow, and definitely message me if you have questions, if you're ready to join, or if you're like, you know what, thanks, but no thanks. And rewatch this again if you missed some of it. You know, I welcome you to do that. All right, you guys, any other questions? Mel is the greatest coach you could ask for, full of love and energy. Dawn, you are just the dearest, right? And Dawn, for those of you who don't know, Dawn is a coach on our team, and she is full of heart and she is full of hustle, and she has so much to give, and those are the kind of people we're looking for. And I love you too, Dawn. You're just super amazing. Thanks for jumping on and supporting me and giving me some love this Sunday evening. All right, just one or 2 more minutes if any other questions come up, and then I'll let you guys go. I know some of you guys are here on your work break. I know some of you guys it's family time, and Dawn giving me some more love. All right, did I miss any questions? So Jen said that there was just so I know Jen was on, but she couldn't watch the video like Mandy, so she will have to catch the recording. But I'm super excited. No, you got them. I got them what? No, you got them. What did I get? I'm confused. No, Jessica was on. Cool. Awesome. I'm so excited you guys are on. Dawn, what do you mean? What did I get? All right. So should I turn the music back up? Party. The questions. Okay, I got them all. I appreciate that. Is my music all over? Or did I replay?
Man, these shoes super fresh.
Oh, man.
What do you think, Kyle?
Commercials.
Duh.
Commercials. All right, I'll answer it. I appreciate that. All right. A little bit of music. House music. Pump music. You guys, peace out. Thanks again. We'll see you soon. Be well.